All right, nothing big. I finished chapter 12 and 13, so the end of book subbook 2 and the start of subbook 3. And I don't have a whole bunch to say about it, other than very cool that Onrak now has a body. Onrak the Swole, right? We have this Twilight is like a queen or whatever for that tribe or whatever. The Malazans have showed up, which we figured they were going to show up eventually. So they showed up, and to be honest, I was kind of annoyed that they showed up. Only because now I have to juggle all these characters again that were so hard for me to juggle in the Bone Hunters. And you know, it did affect my enjoyment of that book just because there was so much going on and I did not connect with those guys. So I'm hoping I'm going to connect with them here. Really like Tavor, really like Fiddler. I think Bottle's cool. Like Korab, like Smiles, like Sorts. So, I do like people, but when we get to Hellion and her little squad, uh, you know, it just kind of, it just doesn't connect with me a ton yet. I think on a reread, when I have all the other sorts of things and I can kind of give some of my brain power to some of that stuff, these other characters, then I'll enjoy it more. There was one guy. What was his name? I don't know if we've heard of this guy. He's like a Beak or something. I think that was his name. He is some kind of sorcerer in the army, so I assume he would have been there before. I mean, it is interesting that they are kind of this broken off group now. And it does still go along with some of the other things where it's like they still have the identity of the Malazan empire, or but they're kind of like these mercenaries now, which is super interesting. And we have this Beak guy, which I don't know exactly how to read him yet. I don't think he's the doofus that he sometimes is telling himself that he is. He's like he's got the worst self-image of himself. But I did like how they put it, where lots of he's just obsessed. He's like hyper focused on sorcery and really knows a lot. I can relate to getting hyper focused on certain things, and this guy, the way they put it is, he's put out all the candles of these different things in his life, his social life, and all this different knowledge, and but the candle that is his knowledge and experience with sorcery, even though it seems like he even then kind of downplays what he knows, uh, it's very cool, very cool. And I don't recall if we know this guy, but I'm interested in seeing more of him. Uh, yeah, very very interesting. His kind of, they talked about his upbringing and stuff like that. We have Withel, who was there, showed up, and I hope that either these guys are kind of on the periphery of what's going on, because I like the stuff that was in subbook 1 and 2 with the Lethery and the Edur, and I don't really want to get sidetracked by the Bone Hunters that have shown up. But um, why not throw them in the middle of this crazy stuff that's going on? But yeah, it's just going to take more for me to understand some of this, and that's where I've failed the most in this series so far, is really understanding all these names in that group specifically, all these different military guys like Ebron, and the names come and go, and I just forget who they are, and I forget, like I kind of remember like Ebron, where we first got him and some of the stuff he's done, but those people don't hop off the page yet for me, like Fiddler hops off the page. A lot of those people are just still kind of names for me, and I'm hoping that changes. Because a lot of people seem to be really connecting with those guys, where I am more connecting with Ikarium and Karsa and Mappo and these new people from the Lethery group, and I love all the Edur. I love the Talani Mass. I wish I would connect with these other guys, but hopefully soon. Don't have much to say. I will be going on with the next chapter hopefully tomorrow, but I might not be able to. I don't know how much I'll be doing this weekend, but looking forward to getting through this book. Okay, talk to you on the next one.